Hey y'all, my name's Seth Packan, and this is Podunk Perspective, a podcast based on the Podunk Perspective. Podunk Perspective, we are back with Katie Noel. How are we doing?
Hey, dude, I'm just happy to be here.
Hey,
We're doing good.
You got some new music coming out, and before we get into that and everything, tell us, where you're from and how you kind of got into music.
So I'm from Western North Carolina in a little small town. McDowell County is where I'm from, right below Asheville. We just tell everybody, hey, it's Asheville, because when we say Marion, they're like, where? So right below Asheville. Got into music. My grandfather was a music producer. Was raised on Southern gospel and bluegrass from him. Hip-hop, 2000s hip-hop from my mom, and then some freaking dad rock from my real dad. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was just like a melting pot of hell yeah, you know.
So what was growing up like for you?
Growing up was being outside. There was no iPads, I don't even think we had Wi-Fi until I was like 14.
Right.
So it was just outside. Taught myself how to play guitar after my grandfather passed away. I got all the guitars out of his studio. Hunting, fishing, and loving every day like a freaking Luke Bryan, dude, you know?
Who were some of those artists that you grew up on and kind of maybe influenced your music?
So first and foremost, the Lax and the George Boys influenced like the country rap side, and then early 2000s Jason Aldean, Montgomery Gentry, Alan Jackson. I love George Jones. It's a better question to ask me, who do you not listen to, than who do you listen to? So
That's awesome. So in like today's country or R&B rap, who are some of those artists that you would maybe work with, or say that you have similar sound to?
Jeezy, bro, hit me up. I love Jeezy. I love Lil Baby, Travis Scott. I like them all. I think they're all good. T Grizzly, bro, it's fire. Yeah.
So you're trying to step into the Nashville scene a little bit more and everything. Tell me how that process is going and, what the steps are.
So the process was not doing things by myself anymore and hiring a wonderful team that's over here to my right. So my PR girl is Dominique Simpson, and she is legit. Shout out to Dominique Simpson, bro. And manager, Kai, I call him Verse, and then Duran, they kind of co-manage with each other. So... Right. Yeah, man, just hiring a team and stop being so like hyper independent and thinking I can do everything by myself.
Yeah. So you would say kind of like the takeoff was with Diesel Gang and everything.
Hell yeah.
Kind of tell me how that experience was.
So like I said, I grew up, writing country music, playing guitar, but I've always loved rap. I was telling them, the last guy we met with, my mom used to wake me up singing Miss New Booty by Bubba Sparks.
Right.
So I've always loved the rap. So I wrote... Diesel Gang, remixed it when the Gucci Gang was big. Lil Pump was my senior year in high school. And I remixed it. I was working at Route 21 at the time and recorded it in my friend Zach's old Mercedes after work one night. And he looked at me and was like, this is going to go viral. And I was like, nah. And then I woke up the next morning, viral. Yeah. And, like I said, I was still a senior in high school. So I'm like, damn, I got to go back to school tomorrow and I'm viral. Right. And I don't know how to navigate any of this. So just like, we're just going to dive into it head first and just keep going. And then the merch came, and then we just started making more music. And
So what was that experience like walking through those doors, into school, after all that?
I was so scared. I'm like, God, they're going to make fun of me so hard for this.
What were people's reactions?
Hey, some of it was okay. So there was a lot of good to my face and a lot of bad on like Facebook, and I'm like, can I say bad words?
Yeah, absolutely.
Y'all pussies, bro. Just come say that shit to me in the hallway. Meet me at the locker. Like, don't post it on Facebook.
Right. No, that's wild. So obviously, you're pretty damn good at social media.
I try.
Content and stuff like that.
I don't even know how. I just post shit.
So it comes easy?
Yeah, I guess.
Obviously. Do you like doing it?
Yeah, I like doing social media. I'm not good at I'm trying to teach myself how to vlog, because I genuinely don't understand how people just walk around with the camera all day by themselves. But I guess I need to learn.
That's what he's for,
Yeah. But then again, I'm like, man, we gotta live moments off camera.
Right. Absolutely.
But the moments that I'm like, we need to live this off camera are always the best moments.
Right. So how important is it for you to be authentic, and show that to your fans?
It's the most important thing. I don't think I couldn't there's no way I couldn't be, because it's just like ingrained in my DNA,
Right.
where I'm from, like how I grew up. People were like, "Oh, you're not country." I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, whatever. Like, I really don't care what you think, but you know.
What would you say some differences are between like artists that are living here and maybe some like artists that are like you that are outside of town? You know, what are those differences that you guys maybe?
Like the artists that are from here that are doing country music as well.
Yeah, like obviously like you have to travel into town and do stuff like that, but like what are some maybe struggles and you know,
Like struggles for me or for them?
for you?
For me, bro, I don't think I have any struggles, honestly. And you know, eventually the goal is to have a place here too. I don't know how I've not ended up here, but
Do you like Nashville?
oh, I love Nashville.
Okay, yeah.
But I think it honestly helps my music continue to be more authentic, because I don't write with anybody. Like, I write all my own music and stuff, and I don't know. I think the balance of like, hey, and having the freedom to be like, hey, we have to go to Nashville this week,
Right.
but also being at home and being able to, you know, be out where I've always lived and been from, helps to keep me grounded, because you know, I like to go help Mikey Caleb's farm a little bit, and you know, it just inspires.
When you're not doing music, what's your mind on? You know.
Oh, trucks.
Okay.
Yeah, trucks.
What brand?
I'm a Ford and a Ram girl. I like big freaking old leaking ass 12 valves and new.
Do you
Super
work
Duties.
on them? Do you go like to the truck meets and everything like that?
Oh yeah, I go to truck meets.
Yeah.
That's what I come up in. I was like slinging merch out of the back of my truck all the time.
Right.
So, yeah. I mean, I'm no mechanic, but I can do some basic shit.
Do you feel like your crowd or like your fan base is a lot of that?
Oh yeah,
truck fan base?
blue collar, rednecks, hillbillies,
Right.
white trash. I love it. Like, let's go.
So when you're out playing shows and stuff, do like your fans come up to you and you know are always like, oh, sign this, sign that, you know, stuff like that?
Oh, bro, my first meeting today with the In Color Country people, shout out to them. I was walking in and there was a whole construction crew, and they were like, "What are you doing out in these streets?" And we took a picture. So yeah, it's cool. I like taking pictures and stuff.
What's like one of the coolest gigs you've played so far?
Oh man! So we played this show in Lynchburg, Virginia, that ended up in an all-out brawl after over merch, because I guess they had put in the fine print that they were supposed to take like 40% of my merch money, and that shit just wasn't flying with us.
No.
So that was memorable. And then let's see, what's another memorable one?
Like any cool experiences, maybe people like you've worked with, you know, or like had shows with, you know, maybe you've opened up for or something like that.
Oh yeah, me and Adam Calhoun have had some raging shows. And then I headlined one in, it was either North Carolina or South Carolina at a racetrack. I think it was South Carolina. And the most memorable thing to me on the road was one, signing a dude's butt cheek. That was new. And then two, so I have this tattoo on my arm. It's North Carolina. And I have this song at the time called Carolina Gang. And we were doing this show, man. And this guy come up to me after the show, and he was like geeking out. He was like, "I want a tattoo just like yours." He was like, "Can you draw the North Carolina on my arm and put Carolina Gang in it?" I was like, "Hell
awesome.
yeah, man." So like I try it looked more like Texas than it did North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a drawing artist. So I drew it on his arm, and I thought I wrote Carolina Gang. And then about a week later, he was like, he sent me a picture of it, and I saw it on a message request on Facebook, and I opened it. I was like, bro, there's no way. I forgot the N, and this guy got Carolina Gang tattooed on his arm. And
Well, actually, I mean, it's kind of authentic, though.
dude, yeah. Like, the tattoo artist was like, "Hey, she forgot the N. You want to add it?" He was like, "Nah, I want it just the way she wrote it." So shout out to the guy that has Carolina Gang wrote on his arm, tattooed.
Do you have any crazy fans that show up and like are just like out of pocket? Like you gotta like, hey, get out of here.
Oh yeah. So when we're in Kentucky, there's these two girls at this one bar in town, and they just like, I'm telling you, bro, they would take me home if they could. We just kind of have to escort them out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then we've had some instances, people just following us home, and you know, weird shit.
No, that's wild. So I'm gonna play a little game here. So basically, you have to pick. I'm gonna give you 3 artists.
Okay.
Right. And basically, one you have to listen to but never work with. The other one you can work with but never listen to, and then the last one you got to delete from existence.
All right, go. Let's go.
Ready?
Yeah.
So we're gonna do Morgan Wallen. We're gonna do. Oh, you said an artist. I don't want to throw him in there, but I forgot what the artist was. We'll do Morgan Wallen. We'll do Post Malone, and we'll do Ella Langley.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, first of all, sorry, Posty. I like your rap. I'm not a huge Post Malone country fan, so we're we're just gonna throw that one out.
Yeah.
Oh damn. I love Ella Langley, but I can't not listen to Morgan Wallen.
Right.
So I'm gonna go. Shit. So you said work with and never listen to.
Yeah, and then it's the opposite. So you gotta.
I'm gonna work with Ella Langley and never listen to her, and always be able to listen to Morgan Wallen and not be able to work with him.
That's
for
a
sure.
fair choice.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, in the future, who are some artists maybe you're trying to work with, and maybe put some songs out with?
Honestly, my boy Chase Matthews, because we've kind of been through the same shit together. So shout out to you, Chase.
He seems like a good dude. He's gotten brought up on this podcast a few different times, for helping some younger artists out and stuff like that.
Yeah, me and Chase have been friends for a while. We've been through some same things together. So definitely Chase. Let's see who else, and then
who are some of your friends? Like in the industry that you like to maybe bounce ideas off and stuff like that.
So in the country industry or just industry period?
Yeah, industry period.
My boy 501 Bryce, bro. If you've never listened to 501 Bryce, you need to listen to him. He's like country rap, but he's like, I would describe Bryce to be like the young Dolph of like country rap. Yeah, like he's cool. Fire. Friends with Sean Stimley. He's super talented guy. Oh, who else? The only person I've ever wrote with is Nate Kenyon.
Yep.
I love Nate. He's literally the most talented songwriter ever. So, yeah, me and Nate and Tyler Farr wrote a song for Tyler called Silverado Gold, and that's been out for a couple of years now, and it's a really good song. So.
That's cool. So what was the social media reaction like when you were first getting into like the rap country,
Oh, it was either, we love this or kill yourself.
Yeah.
There was no in between.
And how'd you deal with the negative stuff?
It was kind of like back and forth. I'd be kind of sad and then be like, but they don't matter. Like, I'm never going to meet them. They might as well not even exist. So I just kind of like thought of them as like, it's like a bot on the internet, whatever,
right. Yeah.
So it takes some getting used to, like, hear stuff about that. Like, literally people were like, kill yourself.
That's crazy.
It was so crazy.
That's wild.
But after, like, I've been through so much shit, dude. I'm just so numb to stuff now. I just don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to learn that from a young age. You gotta, if you're gonna be in this industry, you either toughen up or get the hell out.
Yeah.
For sure.
So lean into that. What's some advice you can give, some artists and some, people coming into town that are trying to get into the industry and get their name out there?
Dude, I'm gonna be for real, dude. I don't know. I'm just now learning about how to come to town because I'm usually away from town and I come here for leisure and I do all my stuff back home and stuff. But honestly, it's like I said earlier, man, if it's God's will for your life to happen, it's gonna happen. But you're also called to put in work and put in action. So it's like, how much effort are you going to give so that God can bless your life with whatever it is, whether it's being a country artist, whether it's being a journalist, whether it's being a welder. So really, I would just say keep the faith and keep working hard. That's about it.
That's cool. That's good advice.
Yeah.
When you go back home, what are those shows like?
What are those shows like? Yeah. Like back home? So I ain't done a show since 2019. So
really?
Yeah, like I've just been out here on my own. Like I said, I'm hyper independent, been collecting mailbox money, not been thinking about shows. But now it's time.
Yeah, you ready to get into it?
I've got all them now.
Yeah.
Dominique makes the call, makes it happen. So we're gearing up for shows. So next time I'm on this podcast, ask me that question.
Yeah, but so like, what's your faith in this industry? You know,
What's my faith?
yeah, do you have a lot of hope that it's going to go in the right direction? You know, like country music and everything like that.
Yeah, it's kind of in like I feel like a sad boy country era, which
Right.
I can't relate a lot to. My favorite era is the 2000s country.
Right.
And it was just fun, man. Like I feel like everybody's like sad and heartbroken. We need to get, I'm not saying it needs to go completely away, but we
Right.
need to get away from that. Like it's time to have fun again.
Yeah.
And especially for girls, I feel like they're like driven to, write and sing about boys and heartbreaks and shit. I'm like, girl, get in a truck and go sling some mud. Like,
Yeah.
let's go have some fun.
No.
Like, damn. I'm so bored with like all the heartbreak and wham bullshit. Like, it's time to have fun.
That's so cool.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah. So like I feel like you show that in your content as well. You know, when you're going out, like, are you shooting content like in like your hometown and everything like that? Or?
We're shooting content like everywhere pretty much, but like 2 weeks ago, I recently said I farm sometimes with my Kentucky Papaw. His name's Mikey Caleb's, but I have a Peterbilt. Mm-hmm. So we was out hauling hay, and I was driving the Peterbilt hauling hay, but we were still out there doing content. So I have a reel like out in front of the Peterbilt driving it around. So yeah, I think a big thing is including lifestyle.
So you can actually drive the Peterbilt?
Hell yeah, I taught myself.
Wow.
Yeah. So one day I was like, Meredith, I'm going to be gone for a while. And she's like, where are you going? I'm like, don't worry about that. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. And then about 6 hours later, I showed up in her Papaw Tom's driveway in a Peterbilt. So it was like my ultimate side quest.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I had no idea how to drive it when I bought it. And I just got on YouTube and learned. And now I drive it to go eat Mexican. And haul hay and just, driving around town.
That's so cool.
Yeah, no CDLs, no tags, no insurance. Sorry.
Oh, hey. So what's this farm life like,
Well, so I didn't grow up
Yeah.
farming. I didn't grow up riding horses. I grew up like hunting, fishing outside, but it never was that side. Then I turned 20 and left home, and I was like, yeah, I've always wanted to ride horses. So got into riding horses. Had horses, have a farm in Kentucky with some land. It's just a good time. I'm getting ready to move, so we're building a house. Okay. So I got rid of the 4 horses for now because we're in between of moving. But it's super fun. It's another thing. It keeps you humble because I feel like my life is pretty easy most times. Go work in the hayfield for 13 hours, and you will You'll realize your full potential because the human body can endure a lot.
Well, it's funny. Like, I feel like there's a lot of artists in this town that, have worked, some crazy jobs, and you see them come to this town and they just have that little bit extra of work ethic,
Yeah.
It's wild. Because, I mean, you don't realize, there's all these normal jobs out there, but you can be in the military. You could, work on a farm. You could work out in Texas, out in the oil industry and stuff like
work.
that. Yeah, it's like, then people come here and they're like, oh yeah, this is a piece of cake. I can talk to people. I can drink a few beers. I can be a good person,
Yeah, but then on the flip side, I'll get comments and they're like, music's not a real job. I'm like, bro, it's like 24/7. Like I could be having... People don't understand, like, artists could be having the worst day, right?
Yeah.
Like, I could be having the worst day. Somebody could have just, like, died or something. I'd just be having a bad day. And I pull up to the Loves to get diesel fuel.
Right.
And a fan's like, oh, can I get a picture?
Yeah.
Like, you still have to, like, show up every day as an artist no matter what you're going through. So, it might not be as labor intense, but it is a hard thing to keep up with. Yeah. For sure.
If you had an unlimited budget to make any music video you wanted, where would it be? What would be involved?
I love that you asked that because I literally don't need any money to shoot my dream videos that they've already been shot. But honestly, oh, dude, I would love to go. I'd love to get 2 helicopters, right?
Yeah.
And go out for a hog hunt in Texas.
That's awesome.
And like just be doing a performance shot while like shooting hogs with AR-15, but the other helicopter Kiever could be in filming it. You know what I'm saying?
That's badass.
Yeah, that's probably gonna happen actually. So
I get that. Well, I can't wait. I can't wait to see it.
We're gonna invite you.
Awesome. I'll be there. Podunk style, baby.
Come on, Podunk style.
Do you know the definition of podunk? I went out and asked people on Broadway, and they didn't really know. But
you know, so I'm from Appalachia.
Yeah.
If you're not, it's not Appalachia. It's Appalachian. We have rednecks, hillbillies. I feel like Podunk is like a deep South redneck.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Thank you. I love it. That's a great answer.
That's Podunk's deep South. We're Appalachia, like Southern Appalachia. So
Absolutely. So you got some new music coming out. Stuck Out Here. It's a little project you're working on.
Yep.
Kind of tell us about the songs on it, you know.
So the title track for the Stuck Out Here EP is called Stuck Out Here. And, you know, literally we're just stuck out there, you know. We're stuck out here. We're doing the things that we love to do. And that's just the way we was born and raised, and that's the way we're going to keep it. We don't have to be stuck out there.
Right.
We can be here. But we don't want to be stuck out here. We want to be stuck out there. You know what I'm saying? So,
right. And that song's released already.
Yes, it's released. Right. So there's 3. So it was going to be an EP. We decided to push back because, like I said, we got stuff going on behind the scenes with Dom, and she's great, and we're going to do a lot of things. So it was going to be an EP. But now we're going to add a song or 2, and it's going to be an LP. So it's going to be an album.
Awesome.
Yeah,
cool.
So pretty excited about that. Yeah, I'm just really excited. Stuck Out Here's out on that. Girl from East Tennessee is out, and Country Senses is also out. So there'll be either 4 or 5 new songs. I think we're going to put one more single out.
Can you kind of tell us about the songs that aren't out yet?
Okay, so Girl from East Tennessee is a 2-part song. I wrote it about meeting my fiance. So we have Moral of the Story is the first part, and then Girl from East Tennessee is the second part. She comes from a really small Bible Belt town, super narcissistic Southern Baptist dad.
Yep.
You know, so it was kind of like her fighting with her morals, and you know, and I just want to get out here for anybody watching. I don't care if you are gay, straight, bi, it don't matter. God loves you.
Yep. Amen.
And there's no doubt about it. There's nothing that you can do that separate you from God's love.
Yep.
So I don't know, it just meant a lot to me to write that song because I don't know, her family like portrayed me as something really like a really bad person, but I'm really not.
Yeah.
And then so that was more of the story. And then Girl from East Tennessee was kind of like how we kind of like fell in love. So that's out. Intuition is I
was curious about that one.
Dude, I'm going to play it for you after we get off here. It's like a rager banger, like my ex song. You know what I'm saying? It has very like, I don't know. I just picture a big crowd singing back every word of the chorus.
Right.
And then we have Mysteries, Myths, and Creatures, which is very Appalachian, superstition, bluegrass. Country Senses, which is out, which touches on all 5 senses. It's like I sense the country running through me from Carolina to Tuscaloosa. And it's just, you know, I taste the peaches, smell that fresh cut Timothy, and it's just like all the things that I touch, see, smell that are around me is like country. So it's Country Senses. Let's see. Is there anything else on there? And then Stuck Out Here. And then...
what was the writing process kind of going through this?
Oh, dude. So this has been like 2 years in the making. I just get by myself, man. I get in these periods where I don't want to be around nobody, or most of my music gets wrote in the cab of one of my trucks. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this tea on your podcast. Nobody knows this, but
right here, right now.
Yeah, right here, right now. Listen up. So when we decided to make it an LP, like an album instead of the EP, I'm gonna put a song called Sanctuary, in there, and it's just about how kind of like me being. It's like in the cab of my truck is where I find my peace, a sanctuary for down homes like me. Because like I can just, I don't know, if I'm in a bad mood, if I want to write a song, like I'm just sitting in the cab of my truck, just praying, writing. So yeah, that's That's Sanctuary, and that's gonna be on there. And there's gonna be one more, but I'm not gonna drop it.
Not gonna spoil it.
No.
Okay, it's all good. So I see you're kind of like a tattoo lover over here.
Hell yeah.
What's your favorite tattoo?
Oh my gosh! Shout out to Sean Stimley's wife, Sasha. She done.
Damn, that's badass.
This is my.
We'll throw a picture up on.
Yeah,
the
please
screen.
do. Shout out to Sasha Stimley, dude. She's an incredible tattoo artist, and she is here in town. This is my 1977 Ford F-150 Ranger.
Yeah.
But it has a 12-valve Cummins in it and a ZF5 5-speed transmission, and it's my favorite truck ever. Actually, God forbid something happened to me yesterday. It's in my will to go to Kiever, my best friend and videographer. So
That's so cool.
yeah.
So how'd you kind of get into the truck world?
Oh my God, dude. I just love trucks.
Yeah.
But I knew that I had to find a way to like get one, because I knew it wasn't my mom and dad weren't just gonna like hand it over to me. So that's when I done Diesel Gang, and I was just always obsessed with them. Well, that started taking off. The merch money come in, and got my first truck. Probably March or April of 2018.
Yeah.
I was still a senior in high school. It's a truck very special to me. Her name's Snow White.
Snow White.
She's a 2003 F350 6.0 Power Stroke, and she's massive. So like when I would walk through the breezeway to come out to leave school, it would just like tower over everything in the parking lot because it's on 12-inch lift.
Did a lot of people at school have trucks like that in your area?
Yeah, I'm just gonna a few. My friend Landon, he had a 6.0. He had a 79 truck like this. Cole England had a nice Duramax. There's a few boys, and there's a whole lot of shit boxes.
Yeah.
For y'all that don't know, a shit box is a truck that may or may not fall apart at a red light.
Kind of like Tow-Mater.
Yeah, Tow-Mater was a shit box for sure.
Oh, that's awesome. So, what's your plans? For upcoming months, 2026.
Upcoming months is to keep on doing stuff like this and really work this EP, because this is a sound that I feel like no female, and I don't mean that in like, oh no bitch is doing this like me. I just feel like I bring something to the table that that most females don't. I feel like the closest is probably Casey Tyndale. Yeah. She's amazing, by the way. Yeah, I just work the EP and start doing shows. I'm ready to do shows again. I'm ready to form a band. If you're a drummer, a guitar, holler at me. I'm ready to
holla at a girl.
Holla at your girl. I'm ready to form a band.
No, that's awesome. So it seems like you got some really cool stuff coming up. Katie, thank you so much for being on.
Yeah.
I really do appreciate it.
I appreciate you having me.
Is there anything you want to say before we sign out of here? Some social media handles or.
Yeah. So I'm Katie Noel on all streaming platforms. Instagram is _am_Diesel Gang. Facebook, YouTube is all Katie Noel. And the Stuck Out Here was EP. Now it's LP, is available for pre-save. So y'all go check that out in my bio.
Do you have a release date for that?
It's possibly going to be at the very end of August at the earliest.
Okay.
Could be into September, depending on what Dominique decides to do.
Awesome.
Depending on what kind of magic spells she puts on it.
I love it. Well, cheers, and thank you for coming on.
Cheers. Shout out to John Daly for this freaking
shout out
raspberry
John
iced
Daly.
tea.
Thank you.